Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. How are you? Is my voice audible to you? Just say yes in the comment section. Is my voice audible to you? Okay, okay. Let's just wait for 2-3 minutes and then we'll start with our session. Okay? Am I audible to all? Okay. So I hope that all of you have revised the previous two sections or the boot camp that we have performed. Okay. And today we will look at one of the most used optimization, right? Hope that you have got the 2 days notes and have revised thoroughly through them, because if you are like beginning from this lecture, I'll advise you to get through those 2 day notes, and then you can come and watch this particular session also, right? Right. I think we can start this session. Okay. Yes, like we'll wait for till 7:03, and then we'll definitely start with the session. If any doubt till now from last two, then you can just ask me in the chat section. I'll resolve it. Okay, so hope you all must have revised the last 2 days notes and are attending this lecture after that only, because only then you are able to get what is the basics of React optimizations, why there is need of React optimization. Okay, now I think we can start the session. So we'll start our session. Like the things we are going to cover is that renderless DOM, right? What this renderless DOM means actually, right? What this renderless DOM actually means is that, let's just wait for 1 minute more. Yes, yes, okay. My voice is clear. Yes. So what this renderless DOM means, suppose if you have gotten to WhatsApp, what actually happens that they don't render 1,000 messages at once, like uh, in the chat section, right? Okay, it actually shows you the chats on the basis of your scrolling, right? And there is another example that I show you with the help of the Amazon site, that how the top 80 results are shown on the basis of the query that you are asking from the Amazon site, right? So what happens that though there may be 1,000 product with the starting name of I, but it will always show the top 80 results that that it has been asked for, or like most searched things, right? So this actually helps us to optimize the uh, re-rendering part, right? So the site has not to re-render all of the things which are starting with the I. It will show the top 100 result or top 80 results that you want, right? So you can just see that how the Amazon site work, right? Suppose you write I, right? So what they have set the limit, right? Just I'll do it again for you. If you write I, right, see these are all the things like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. See, these are the top 10 most searches that starts with I, but you can think of many things which starts with I. So the programmer or the developer has provided an optimization that there would be top 10 results that would be shown only, right? If you think of like there would be like 10,000 products, right? So it would have made the site laggy, and also you'll not be able to scroll down to all of the options available, right? So then you'll just write ice cream, right? So then it's come, right? But for the first time, what happened with when I have touched only I, key press the I, only the top 10 results came down, right? But not all of the results which are available with the I. you know that there would be like thousands of products with I. So in the similar manner, we'll see that suppose there are 5,000 rows, means this is what you will achieve after today's bootcamp, right? We made a dummy 5,000 rows. Okay, right? We'll search, right? For the first time when nothing is there, all the 5,000 rows are rendered, right? So you can see that how much load would be there on the server side, right? And it will lead to an overkill or an overhead towards our side, right? See how many 5,000 rows are present. Even I have not searched anything, right? So I'll start with I. Like I start with let's just let me just run this particular thing. Wait a minute. Mm, let me just run the terminal for one time. Optimizer lab. Okay, so you will see that when I search for zero, right? See, there are 1,1265 rows that are being matching with zero. So what is happening before optimization? All of the rows like 1,265 results would be shown on our screen. So see how much scroll down you have to do, right? But what we'll achieve just by one line of code is that first of all, first 80 results would be rendered, and suppose it will match. Suppose now we'll go with 0. Now also 1265 results are there, but the rendered result would be top 80 results. So this is what the optimization we want, right? Because the users will write like in a very fast manner, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and just think of how much burden would be there on the server side, that it has to load all of the results again and again, right? So what we do optimization, we'll just render the first 80 results so that we can easily optimize our site. And this is one of the most great aspect for a site to be scalable. Otherwise it will lead to an overkill and overhead towards the server side, right? So this is what our today's optimization that will be performing through our code. I have told you that I have make you seen that what would be the before and after condition, and we will implement this particular thing in our code section, right? And if anyone is having any doubt related to this optimization, then you can just ask me here, right? I am looking at the chat section. If you have any doubt related to this particular optimization, you can ask me, because then we'll start with the coding part, right? Like if you are not clear about the real world application and all, right, you can ask me here. Okay, I'm looking at the chat section, right? Okay, good morning, oh, good evening, right? Okay, so if you have any doubt related to this particular optimization, like what this particular optimization is, you can ask me. Then we'll start with the coding part, right? And I think everyone got my GitHub link as well as LinkedIn link, right? They were present in my notes, right? If you want, then I'll share it now, because once we start coding, I don't look to the chat section much. Then I'll resolve your doubt at the end of the session, because today's coding part would be very much easy, because there is only one line of code that you have to change from the before and after condition. Like in the after, you just have to write one line of code, like it would be like slice from 0 to 80, right? What we saw here, like that we want first 80 results to be rendered, and rest most of the things would remain same as of the before code, right? If you have any doubt, you can just ask. Otherwise, we'll move on with the coding part, right? Okay. I think there are no doubts. Okay. Sir, attendance. Okay. Attendance link would be provided like in the end of the session. So like on the 7:45, I think so. 7:45, 7:50. Like towards the end of the session. Okay. Okay, I think there are no doubts. We can just start with the coding part. Okay. So okay, now now I can close this particular React optimizer because this is a project that I made. And now we'll switch to our code base. So share the notes again. Okay, see, I'll share the notes again. But one thing that you can do from your side, that if you are using like phone, like I'll be revising through the notes at the end of the session also. So if you didn't get the notes, you can just take the screenshot of each page, because when we'll be revising, we'll be revising page by page. Okay, so you can take the notes from there, right? So now we'll get to the React our code. We'll change directory to React Optimizer. Okay, now we'll see that our code would be running. Okay, now yes, our code is is in running condition. We can close this particular tab, right? Now we'll make another folder with day 3, and two folder after .jsx and before .jsx. Right now you'll go to my GitHub link, and in this particular section, from the demo section, take the before code. Okay, now I think you all have my GitHub link. If you don't have received my GitHub link, I'll just share it now. Just tell me in the chat section. Okay, that noise will go within 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, there's some construction work there, which is going on in by nearby houses, right? Okay, okay, so I think everyone got my GitHub link. I can start with the session. Okay, okay, nice. So you all saw that what is before and after condition of the code, and now we'll start writing the code. So you can just copy the before condition from here, and we'll write the logic in a oh, it's oh, okay, I have opened in the after section, I think so. Okay, okay, so yes, this is what our code would look like. And now I think you will be all comfortable with what is like use state and use hooks from the last bootcamp. Okay, we are using a use state here for setting our query in the DOM, right? Use state initial would be an empty string. Okay, now we'll make rows, the dummy rows, right? I show you the dummy rows. Before that, there were 5,000 of rows on which our filtering process was done. So there were 5,000 rows. So we'll use memo, okay, to memorize those particular rows, right? Because they are an expensive operation. So we'll remember them during our re-rendering cycle, right? From length 5,000 I, and we'll be passing a row in it, and this is actually the CSS part, right? So though if someone is new and is not knowing about what is this particular code, this particular is nothing to fear of. This is just a dummy code for 5,000 rows to be there, right? So this particular code would lead to 5,000 rows. Okay, that I showed you before, right? Okay, nice. And we'll pass one dependency array also. Okay, just like the day before, we make a mock database, right? So it's very much similar to that particular thing, right? You don't need to have like think of it more. Command s const filtered is use memo. We're using use memo, the filtration process, right? I Yesterday we saw that how was it as an expensive operation, and now I want that filter process to be in use memo with the stable dependencies, right? R dot to lowercase dot include q dot to lowercase, and we'll just pass one of the dependency array with stable dependencies, right? That's what our whole bootcamp for yesterday was, to pass the stable dependencies in our array, right? Okay, now you'll come here. Okay, so this was the structure for the component. You don't have to like think more about it. We are just focusing on the logic part, right? Okay, now what we'll do, we'll pass that whenever there is a change in this particular field, put that particular event and set the query to e dot target dot value, like what value you presented in the like the search bar, right? So this is the code for that particular thing, right? And I think all of the rest things are already covered in my code, right? Yes. Wait for a minute. Okay, there is a filtered length that I have provided, HR tag. I think, yeah, we are good to go, and we'll see that what code we have written. Okay, we have to import this particular code in this part also. In the app.jsx, import day 3 before, and what we'll be writing here, we'll be providing day 3 before condition, before, and we'll be passing day 3 before. Okay, we can put in the self closing tag and can remove this particular thing. This is a function that is provided by React. Yes, so day 3 before is visible here. So okay, so this is what we wanted to achieve. So see what is happening, that you have not written anything. Still then 5,000 rows are there. Okay, so now you ask for 0, right? So what you will see, there are 1265 rows, right? And what is going to happen, there will be 260 that 1265 times re-rendering of these rows. Okay, like there are not a re-rendering, not like 12, like 1265 re-rendering, but this much amount of data to be loaded on a site is not something which is very much scalable, right? For suppose someone is there and passes 2 3 4, but what is happening on the back end, the filtration process would be done, and the server has to show that this much amount of, like this much amount of data to a person, right? Suppose you are writing 1, so there are 2084 rows which are matching to 1, right? And what is happening here, the 2084 results are shown here, right? But what we want top 80 results for it, right? You can just like we saw in the Amazon site, you can also think of like top 10, right? There is just one line of code, and you will see that there will be top 10 results with the one matching in it will be shown to you, right? So someone was asking that how was the code flow is working. So I'll just explain that, and then we'll move to the after part, right? So this is the mock database. So these are the all the mock database of rows. We have written the code for that. And this is the filtration process that is happening through this, like you are writing the query here, and the filtration process is happening on the dependency when the query is changing, right? So this was like the yesterday's part. If you have attended the yesterday's boot camp, you'll be very fine with all of these syntax and how the logic is working, right? So now we can move toward the after part, right? After part, there would be only one line change, and you will see that how our app has become more optimized. So now you can go to my GitHub. You can just take the template of the day 3 after, just copy paste that particular code, and we'll write the logic again. Okay, so then the similar manner we'll be writing const q set q use state, the similar manner, right? Use state, what this use state would be do, that whenever there is a change in this particular field, whenever there is a change in particular field, it will change q, right? And when the q will change, this particular filtration will run and results will be shown to us, right? So this is the whole basic logic, right? Right. Okay. So in the similar manner, we're going to make a mock database for the after also. So for to make you like handy with the syntax, you can just code along with me. I'm not copy pasting from the previous one. It is actually the same though. It is actually same though, right? But I'll be just writing so that people get handy with this mock database, right? They'll not fear from this what this particular code is doing, right? From length of 5,000, and we'll be passing I and row this particular part I, right? So this is the mock database. We'll be passing some of the dependency. For now I have kept the dependency array 0, means this particular function is not dependent on anyone, it will run for one time, right? And in the similar manner, we'll be writing for const filtered use memo, and the filtration process will take place on the rows dot filter on the basis of r r which is passed to it, r2 lowercase should includes q dot to lowercase, right? And in the similar manner, we'll be passing the stable dependencies to it, and the stable dependencies are queue and rows, right? Whenever the queues and rows changes, this particular filtration will run, and will give you the desired result, right? I think there's some error here. Remove unused, okay, yeah, that particular thing would be used. So the optimization that I was talking about, I'll write that particular line of code before, right? So just this particular thing, just write the code after that with me. There is a one line code which will be like written here, and that would be enough for you to see the difference, how the before and after codes are working. Okay. 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 Let's just wait for 1 minute. Okay, now we'll write some code here. The input in the input section, as we have written the previous, that whenever there is change in this particular input field, catch that particular event. We are referring that event with e. Set that particular query to e dot target dot value. Okay, command s. Then we'll write the filtered length, like the filtered dot length, that how much filtration has been done, and the visible length, like the visible length of code that you are the visible length of total results that you are seeing, right? Length, right? So I think the rest of the code will remain same. Rest all things are fine. So okay, so now we'll just import this particular thing in our import day 3 after day day 3 after, right? And we'll pass day 3 after. We can do it as a self closing tag. Okay, command S. Now you'll see, okay, what's the problem? Let's see. There is some problem. Okay, visible is not defined. Okay, visible is not defined because we have not written the optimized code that I was talking. So optimization is because of this particular line, right? I'm writing this so that you can just differentiate that why this particular line has been able to create the filter. So what you have to write, you have to write const visible. You can write anything in front of it. You'll say that make the only the visible part, like take the filtered part in you and just show the filtered part slice dot slice. Let me just say dot slice, like slice the filtered part from 0 to 80. Okay, so you can just go from 0 to 10 also, as it was available in the Amazon site also, but I am just keeping for 80 now, right? 80 now, right? So see that how it actually saves us time, right? So that not time but the overhead on the side of the server side, that this particular filtration process has to show only 80 top results to us, right? Not the whole results which are matching to it, right? Like that particular thing was happening in Amazon side also, right? I'll just create a good analogy so that it's easy for you to understand, right? So just think of an example, right? If I write I, right? See, there are many of thousands of the products that would be available with the I name. But what this search functionality will do, it may be filtering in the backend, that's the particular thing, that it has to filter all the products with the I, but it will only show the top 10 results to me. So if you write I here, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So this particular thing is showing me the top 10 results starting with the I, but I wanted ice cream. So when I write ice cream, then it gives me some like 1 2 3 4 5, like the 10 top 10 results, right? So like ice cube tray, ice maker, and ice tea, right? And ice cream is on the like this particular part, right? So what it actually makes, though it is not helping us in the filtering part, that we have already see that how we can optimize the filtering part, but what it is making us optimization is that we can render less things on the UI, right? So like before, what was happening, if I was writing 0, so 12 or like 1000 to 265 rows would be shown on our UI component, right? But because adding that particular code, you can see that when you write 0, so there are 12,265 results, but it will be showing us the top 80 results, right? So you can just make that particular 80 10, so it will be more clear to you, like make it 5. Okay, let's make it 5, so it will show us the top 5 results matching with 0, right? So what was happening before, we're writing 0, there were 1265 results with the 0, so you can just scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, right? So what was happening from the server side, that it was not efficient from the server side to show you 1265 rows. We want like the top 10 results, right? So what will happen, if you write 0, so it will show you the top 5 results. So are you able to see 0 1 1 2, like 10 20 30 40 out of 1265 rows, and I wanted a 0 row, so I will select it and I'll go to that particular page in the similar manner. Suppose if I wanted like ice cream, so I'll go to ice cream and my work is done, right? So this is what actually we optimize through one line of code, right? You can just make it 10 in the similar manner. Okay, so you'll go to day 3. The I have shown you what was happening before, and now when you write for 0, so you will see the 10 results. You can count also 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, right? 10 results are showing, right? So this was our today's optimization. If anyone has any doubt, you can ask me now, because we'll revise through these particular notes. Okay, let me wait. Okay, so these are my day three notes. So that this particular notes will be provided in the community section. We'll revise through these notes only, right? So it is more helpful for you, right? So if someone is not in the community group, can also take screenshot of my screen, and can like okay, so you can ask me your doubts, that if you have any doubts related to this particular optimization. I think this was a very easy one, easy optimization. Okay, because if anyone is not having any doubt, then we'll start revising that what we did through the through our notes and our okay. Sir, it's just in the UI only. So it not decrease the render time or anything like. Yes. It is just for the UI, right? When you are building a website, you have to think of many optimization. So yes, yesterday what we did, we actually was optimizing for our time, that we can save our time, we can save the re-rendering part, right? But today, what our optimization was for the loading on the UI page, right? If you load thousands of reel in an Instagram, your Instagram account will get laggy or get hacked. Not like get hacked, it will not start, right? So that particular optimization will perform that in the fifth day also, but it is kind similar to it, right? Because what is happening, we are talking about the UI component only on the UI level, that the server has not to load all the results which are matching with the zero, right? We want the top 80 results to be shown to us, right? Though there are 1265 results, but we want the top 80 to be there, right? So this was the answer to your question. So can you share the GitHub link, right? You can take this. I'll share it now. Okay. Okay. Okay, so right, I think you got your answer, that it's on the both side, right? That you have to think about the scalability on all sides, right? So your server is not thinking of like loading all the results which are matching to this particular results. It will be only showing the top 80 results which are matching to it, right? And finally, when you are searching, you write the full name and get to that particular thing, right? If I wanted, suppose you will be thinking that top 80 results, I think, would not be able to get what. Okay, so what order does this take? They take the top 80 results, right? This is what the order they follow, right? Any top 80 results would be filtered out, right? And what will happen, that eventually, suppose you just give me one number, right? There are 5,000 row, right? Suppose this thing, just think that there are 5,000 roll number, and your roll number is 1265, right? This is your roll number, right? So what eventually you will do, you will write for 1 2 6, like 6 5, and you're going to get your result, right? But in that particular case, if we are using before code, what is happening, you're writing one, so all the 2084 rows matching with one will be shown here, right? So you'll go to 12. You can just scroll down, that you can't count, but you can just see that how much scrolling you have to do, right? So what is happening when you are writing 2, so 199 rows matching with 1 2, right? 1 2 will be shown to you, right? You're going to 5 6, then 15 rows matching to 1 to 6 will be shown to you, and 5, the like the final row you wanted. But what I did from by adding that particular line is that I just told, give me any top 10 results. Okay, eventually I'll get to the point where I wanted to, right? So this is like the order that they follow, right? So 1 2 6 5, eventually I got the result that I wanted, right? So any top 10 results which are matching to 1 to 6. Okay, so though there are 15, but the top 10 that encountered by the React, they shown to us, right? the top 10, React, that were like seen by React, he's shown to us, right? He's not showing the 15 results. So this was the whole thing, right? Okay, so any other doubt? uh okay, I think we can start, if everyone is comfortable that what we did today. I'll just start revising this particular thing with my with the notes. Okay. Okay, rather than search, we can you can see that all of your all of your messages in the WhatsApp, right? Does not get load on once, right? You have to scroll it down, right? The on demand, you'll scroll down, right? So it will show you the result, show you the chat, which is like for now only, right? You have just did 1 or 2 days ago, right? After that, what it says, click this particular button for getting the older messages, right? So it is showing you the results on the basis of the latest chat that you are doing, right? So the filtering of the chat is done on the basis of the latest chat that you have done, and that how that particular filtering is done. It is matching your time, and it is matching the timestamps that are given in the WhatsApp chat. Are you able to get my point? So this is how this particular thing is used. Mainly it is used in the search functionality. If you would ask specifically, this particular thing is mainly used in the uh, like the searching part. Okay. When you'll see the notes, you will see that there are 2 3 more other usages, right? Well, I think we can start revising through the notes that what we did. So we saw that what was happening in the before version, there were 5,000 rows, right? The search text we were updating, right? On the UI renders every row, every matching row in the DOM, right? Even if the filtering is okay, the real pain was that I show you that if there are 3,000 row match, you create the 3,000 rows in the in the UI. Okay, so the pain thing which I'm talking about is that this particular thing, like if I'm writing 0, then there are 1,1265 rows that must be repainted on the UI. This was our real pain, right? But what we optimize it after, that when we write 0, though there are 1,1265 results which are matching, okay, but but what was happening, the top 10 results were shown to us. Okay, so you can just take like the 0 from here and can resume your work that you wanted to do, right? So this was what the notes are talking about also. So what happens, the huge dome, that is document object model, leads to heavy layout, paint and scrolling work, right? And when you are scrolling, you'll feel laggy, right? So this particular thing makes our site look like not much scalable, right? So this was what we did in the after part. We slice the filter part, and we told that filter part to give us the top 80 results, right? So what it did, it gives us the top 80 matches, right? And matching stays the correct, right? And the top 80 results are shown to us. So this is what the optimization we did. Like suppose I want 1265. So 1, so there are 2084 results matching to 1. Then I write 2, there are 199 matches, but only 10 results are shown to us. Then I write 6, and then I write 5. So the main pain that was happening, that the UI has to load all the things which are matching to the query that we have asked in the search box, has now removed, and that has removed only because of this particular line. Okay, so you can just increase the size of the like demanded volume of UI you wanted to show in your project. So you can also do it 20, and the top 20 results would be shown to you later, right? So like 1 to 6, let me write 1 to 6. Okay, so there are 15 results and 15 rows has been shown to us. Okay, because our length was 20, which is greater than the matching strings, right? Matching strings or the matching numbers. Okay, so this particular part is talking about this thing, and how it helped us. So it helps us in the DOM nodes. It saves the DOM nodes, memory usage, scroll overload, and right, repaint and reflow cost. So this is what all we did in the optimization. And you can also look at the real world applications, right? Like I was talking about how the thousands of messages are not rendered only once, like in the once you'll click. Okay. Okay. In the Amazon and the Flipkart product search, which I shown you on the live demo, right? How the Amazon and Flipkart are showing only top 10 results with I. But what I wanted was ice cream. So when I write ice, it gives the top 10 results, and in that particular thing was an ice cream, and I clicked and I moved on. Okay. So when you search for a shoe, the similar manner, this particular thing is talking about shoe. I was searching for an ice cream, right? Then then you can just read this particular also. It will be helpful for you, right? These are more what you say, more real world examples that you can just look at once, and rest I have done all things for you, right? We have revised the notes also, we have done the coding part also, and I can just look at the chat section. Okay, so from where we get the notes, sir? Okay, you get these notes from the community group. So be active there. They post the daily notes there only. Like after the class or before the class, I think they post. Okay. So if anyone is having any doubt, you can ask that with related to notes, that if some wording there you are not able to understand through notes, though notes are for you, but I somehow like made sure that if someone has attended the session must also have seen the notes, because it's summarize the 1 hour in just 2-3 minutes. So like I have given the notes in such a manner that if you have attended the session in a very well manner, it would have been very easy for you to just revise the notes in like 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, so you can get the notes from the community link. Okay, community group, not link. Okay, so if anyone is having, right, in the WhatsApp group, right? So if anyone is having any doubt from the previous lecture, you can ask for. And someone was asking for my LinkedIn, so let me just share that particular thing also. Okay, so this is my LinkedIn link, right? Sir, attendance link is not posted yet. Okay, so that will be posted when we'll be ending the session. You can just ask any doubt. This particular part is for, if you are having any doubt, you can just ask me, right? We'll post that particular attendance link. No worries. Okay, so I think we can just go and revise the day one and day two, right? If you want, because many of the student on my LinkedIn asked that what was the main difference between React.memo and use memo. So like the basic one line definition, if you want from me, is that that the React.memo actually memoizes the whole child component, whereas use memo is a hook which is used to memorize the expensive operation in a particular component, so that when that particular components get into a re-rendering cycle, so that particular expensive operation should not recomputed if if the dependency array things do not changes. Okay, because expensive operations, like yesterday we saw we saw that the filtering process was an expensive process. Okay, so we wanted the filtering process to be done only when something query is asked, right? The same thing we saw on the Amazon site also. The filtering process was happening only when the brand is changed, all the minimum or the maximum value is changed. The filtering process was not happening when I was clicking on the counter or deletion of that particular product, right? So this is the main difference, right? Like I'll show you with the help of this particular thing also, like day one, that what was happening when I'm clicking on the count. You can see card A, card B, card C count also getting plus, right? They are also getting re-rendered. Even I was not touching them. So what React Memo do? React Memo actually memorizes these three components. And so yes, there is no change from the previous one. So I'll not re-render it. So in day one after, this is what we achieved. That when we were doing count plus plus, only the count that has been increased was when they are shown us to on our screen, right? Otherwise when I'm clicking on count, they are not getting re-rendered, right? So this was the first optimization that we achieved. And this is what also here says that child counters stays stable, right? They stay stable like 2, right? And why they are 2 also, some would be asking why 2, because once reloaded, this particular thing is shown to us, right? So there would be one re-render that would happen. Okay. Then in day 2 we use the use memo. So what was happening in the use memo? When we were toggling, this particular thing was, the filtering process was running, right? We can see in our code that day 2 before, what was happening? Yes, filter runs before. So this console log statement would be running in the inspect part. We can go to console. Yes, so this was running. So when I'm clicking on the toggle, the filter process was running again and again, right? And we know that filter process is a very, like, what you say, is a very heavy process. The filter process should only run when I'm typing for a query like 1 2 3. That's perfectly fine when the filter process is running when I'm changing the query. So we fixed this particular thing using use memo. And what we achieved is that when we were clicking on the toggle, nothing was shown on our page, right? But as soon as we search for something, so now it says that now I am computing myself when the query is asked, because this is the console log statement we implanted in our code. You can just go here and see the filtering process. The filtering process was only running when the list is changed or the query is changed. We pass the stable dependencies, right? And I think the attendance link is also like shared, has been shared in the chat section. So do fill out this form also, right? Because this particular link is not available when the class ended, right? Many of the students were asking in the LinkedIn for the forms for this particular attendance. So this attendance only is available till the boot camp class is running, right? So someone is asking, so how to get the yesterday's code? So in the GitHub itself, the yesterday codes is there. It's just the same. I have pushed the whole project once, and now I am building the project with you. For like I'm coding along with you so that you can make the project and submit if it is asked in like the attendance form. Like there are two or three kinds of certificates which you can generate. Like there is one certificate that is available if you give the 5 day attendance, what you say, attendance slip you may got to the DevTown. They generate one certificate. The other certificate is when you give them their GitHub repo link for the project that you are making with me. So I have pushed that particular code on the GitHub, right? So I'm building this particular project for you, right? So you can just code along with me, and we can just you can just make the project with me. Okay. So this is the particular what you say, GitHub repo for the React optimization. So you can go to this particular React optimizer lab, and you can go to days, and this is the day 1, day 2, day 3 code which are available, and day 4, day 5 are the upcoming, right? Because I have to prepare material for you like before taking the class, so I pushed the code already in the section, in the GitHub, right? Okay, so any other doubt you can just ask me, because today's class was very much simple, I think, and the optimization was very useful for us, right? Okay, so clear, right? Good, very good. Because yes, today's optimization was like like very with the thing which we use in the daily part, right? I think filtering process was somehow much difficult for you to understand. So can you show how to access your GitHub once more? Okay. I'll show you once again. Okay. Let's wait for 1 minute. You can just go to my GitHub. Okay. Okay. Thank you for your compliments. Okay. This is the React optimization. You can click on the React optimization. You can go to the lab. When you'll go to the source section. In the source section there is a folder days, and in the days part you have day 1 after and before code, day 2 after and before code, and similarly day 3 after and before code. Okay, so you can just see and just, I think you can code along with me. And you can access the demo templates of these from here, right? So day 4, day 5 have to be pushed, like they will be pushed tomorrow. But for now we have completed day 1, day 2, day 3, so their templates are there. Okay, because we take this template here and we write the logic directly. We don't take care about of these particular things, right? Okay, I think now it would be clear to you. Okay, so if I'm asking again, if any doubt you can ask. The chat section is open. आपका step by step. Okay, thank you. We can leave the class. Yes, you can leave the class, right? Today's lecture is over. If you have no doubt, it's great. If you are having no doubt, you can just leave the class, right? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you all. So I am waiting for you all, so you can just fill out the form also, right? Because some of the people are busy writing the code, and they must found and in the class, right? It would not be fair for them that they'll not fill the attendance form then. Okay. Okay, thank you. So what is the difference between Java? See, JavaScript is like the TypeScript is an like some more addition to the JavaScript, right? So I think if you're thinking of starting TypeScript first and then JavaScript, I think you should start with the JavaScript first and then TypeScript. Once you are like good with the JavaScript, it would be easy for you to like handle more things, because your basics are clear. Your basics are clear, right? Okay. Okay, I think this is the, like if you're like thinking of starting with the JavaScript, I think you can just go with the JavaScript first and then the TypeScript, right? Because many of the students do this thing, right? They directly jump to the like JavaScript, right? Like the TypeScript, right? Like it just only gives you like some of the feature, like, or what you say, auto completion, right? Refactoring and all those stuffs, right? There's not much difference between them, right? Okay, so guys, do fill out the form for the attendance. How to best learn the JavaScript? So I think like there is I was planning, are you learning any new stuff? So I was thinking, like, are you asking to me or someone else? So the answer to that, how to best learn JavaScript, is that you can just start with, like, I was thinking of taking bootcamp from zero to hero on JavaScript, but my next bootcamp would be for operating systems, for interview. And then I think I'll take a boot camp on zero to hero for JavaScript. But if you are thinking of starting, you can just start with like what is difference between lat, where, right? You can just uh, know about what is function hosting, right? That how the hosting process take place, what is hosting. You can read about the properties of closures and all those things. And there's someone asking that, are you learning any new stuff? Are you asking me or someone else? Okay. So I think all things are clear. We can end the lecture. That would be great for a bootcamp. Yes, yes. I am thinking to start that particular thing in February. We can take a good bootcamp. Okay. So I think all of the doubts are cleared for you today. We can, and you are asking me. Okay. Okay. I am actually learning the JavaScript Spring Boot, right? That's a new thing which is in demand, right? So this is the new stuff that I'm learning. I think all of you got the today's session very well. Goodbye, good evening, goodbye. Okay, so I think all doubts are cleared. We can end the session. Bye.